So
Literally,
you've skipped building real
y'all
skills.
might feel attacked, but it's like he's pointing out the weak areas that can make you better as a person, as a man or a woman. That's how I see it, bro.
And dodge.
Yo, what it do, you two, man? I'm not want to waste time, so we're gonna get straight into it. You feel me? Today about to be reacting to how to ruin your 20s in 3 easy steps. Now, me, I'm currently in my 20s, early 20s, 21 to be exact, about to be 22 in August. I know. This ain't even about that. I'm about to see what I should do to avoid failure, because I'm scared of failure. If I'm scared of one thing, well, I'm scared of God, of course, but if I'm scared of another, it's failure. I can't fail in life. But now, let's see what they're talking about.
Years of your life, and you don't even know it yet. You're in your 20s, which means you're biologically at your peak, culturally disposable, and psychologically convinced you're immortal. It's the perfect storm. But don't worry, there's still time to mess things up even more. Today, we're going to explore 3 scientifically backed, time-tested, and culturally reinforced ways to absolutely wreck your 20s.
Gotcha.
And if you're doing just fine, that's probably the worst sign of all.
I was just about to say that, because it's like, to be somewhat comfortable to where you are right now, unless you had like a trust fund or come from wealth, then what the fuck are you chilling for? What are you comfortable for? That's how I see it, bro.
Step number 1, chase status over skills. Let's be honest, in your 20s, no one really cares who you are. They care what you look like, what you earn, and what you post. So it makes sense that so many guys dive headfirst into chasing status. Fast money, passive income, fantasies, and endless be your own boss mantras shouted.
And the internet don't make that shit no better, because it's just put in your face to like envy. Not even envy. I'm not one of the people, I'm just saying. But some people may envy what they see. They may yearn for what, you know what I'm saying, with the next motherfucker guy, and they not grateful for what they have. Now, me personally, I have that bad a bit. I'm not saying I envy nobody, but it's like, okay, I see something I want. I'm not gonna stop until I get it. You know what I'm saying? I see something, oh, you got that, that's cool. It'd be nice for me to have one of those, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go work and go get it. That's just how I am as a person, though. So don't even, you know what I'm saying? You feel me?
22-year-olds who just leased a BMW. But here's the reality. According to the University of Illinois, Chicago, more and more people in their 20s are facing what's called a quarter-life crisis. A deep emotional struggle tied to identity, career pressure, and the feeling of falling behind.
And my mama laughed at me when I told her I was having a midlife crisis or something of the type. Man, come on.
When you're busy curating an image instead of building skills, you set yourself up for this exact kind of collapse. Because you're trying to look successful, not become successful. And it gets worse. Most guys hit their 30s with no real leverage. No rare skills, no portfolio, just a clean Instagram grid and a closet full of depreciating sneakers.
And y'all be envying motherfuckers like that. That is crazy, bro. It's all a facade. Everybody on the internet faking. You know what I'm saying?
Skills like programming, sales, design, leadership take time and patience. They don't trend on TikTok, but they buy you long-term freedom. But hey, who needs freedom when you can get dopamine hits from fake guru reels and finance bros selling $500 courses on how to invest like a millionaire? Bottom line, if you chase status instead of substance, you're not building a life, you're building a performance. And one day, the audience stops clapping. If chasing status can ruin your career, this next move might just sabotage your brain. It doesn't cost money, doesn't need approval, and feels amazing at first.
I'm curious.
Where do you find the soul of BMW?
This is about to say
It's
sleep,
not just in
drugs, alcohol.
Step number 2, avoid all discomfort like the plug. Just lie down, open your phone, and avoid anything that feels even slightly difficult.
Okay.
You know what's better than working out, reading a book, or facing your fears? Scrolling for hours while lying in bed and telling yourself you're recharging. We've built a culture where comfort...
you would kill so much time doing that shit. Like, time would literally fly. You would be watching the clock and literally watch the clock fly. I mean, I don't really get into that. That's why I don't really be on TikTok. I deleted that shit. But Reels, pretty much the same thing. But I try not to indulge in it as much. You feel me?
Anything that causes tension, such as effort, failure, boredom, is seen as trauma. But here's what neuroscience actually says. The brain forms new connections when you challenge it, learning a new skill, practicing under pressure, pushing past resistance. Dopamine, a neurotransmitter linked to motivation, is released not just by rewards, but by the pursuit of challenge. Translation: every time you skip the gym, avoid the difficult conversation, or postpone learning that second language, you teach your brain that growth is unsafe. And let's be honest.
And in school, we was taught that is called a fixed mindset. It is dangerous to have a fixed mindset because if you have a fixed mindset, then you have no room for growth and development within a new mindset that you could be developing. You get it? Because y'all scared and comfortable. I'm kind of like that, you know, so I'm trying to break out of that. But hey, nobody's perfect. That's all I'm saying.
It's not self-care, it's Netflix, vapes, 3 a.m. snacks, and a TikTok feed designed to hypnotize you into submission. Bottom line, if you keep avoiding friction, don't be surprised when your 20s feel like a loading screen that never ends. Yeah, at some point, you have to ask yourself a hard question. Are you actually living your life or just reacting to it on autopilot? Most of us aren't making decisions. We're just avoiding pain, choosing the easy route, defaulting to comfort, and hoping things somehow improve. That's not growth, that's stagnation with a Wi-Fi connection. If any part of this video feels like it's calling you out, it probably is. But that's not a bad thing, that's your signal. So
literally,
you've skipped building real
y'all
skills.
might feel attacked, but it's like he's pointing out the weak areas that can make you better as a person, as a man or a woman. That's how I see it, bro.
And dodged all forms of discomfort.
Let me know if I'm wrong.
What's next? Time to construct your personal relationships like a game of drug Jenga. Unstable, unplanned, and destined to collapse. Step number 3. Build relationships like a drunk Jenga tower. You'd think we'd invest more time into who we date, sleep with, or try to build a life alongside, but nope. Modern gaming apps have gamified romance, turning it into a slot machine of swipes and dopamine.
That's not even romance. That is lust. In your phone, that's lust. Because people that's on the dating sites, they don't really look for a lifelong partner or companionship. They want to bust a quick nut. A lot of the guys, I don't know about the women, but a lot of the guys just want to bust a quick nut. Now, me personally, I haven't been on a dating app, Tinder, whatever the fuck they got, whatever new. I ain't been on none of that shit. But that's just how I see it. This for motherfuckers that can't express themselves in real life. You scared. It's okay though. You gotta break out of that comfort zone though. That's how I see it.
According to Pew Research Center, 63% of men under 30 are single, compared to just 34% of women. Emotional depth? Conflict resolution?
Yeah.
Please. These days, relationship skills mean ghost fast, trauma bond faster, and fall in love with someone's Instagram handle. And when something finally feels real, you don't lean in, you freak out. You start pulling away, picking fights, disappearing for days. Why? Because no one ever taught you that intimacy isn't a trap. You've been taught to keep it chill, casual, and not attached.
Yeah.
Has Kyrie texted you back?
I don't want to talk about it.
How was the math test?
Don't want to.
As if love was a liability and showing feelings meant you lost. But here's the truth, emotional detachment is...
That's what the music that is being projected onto us and pushed in our faces is teaching us. And it's right most of the time, because why? Because the music that person is listening to is teaching them how to hurt people. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's all a cycle, all an endless cycle, bro.
strength. It's self-protection with a price tag. And the cost is real connection.
Fact.
Add to that the fact that young men are less likely to seek therapy, express emotions, or form deep friendships. And what you get is a generation of guys who are emotionally online but spiritually offline. The result? A sea of people drowning in loneliness, clinging to their phones like life rafts.
Again, I ain't lonely. I love my girl, love my wife, all that good shit. Love my little family I got going on. I'm far from lonely, gang. Trust.
Wondering why they still feel empty even with 300 matches. And this kind of emotional disconnection doesn't just kill your love life, it follows you to job interviews, to teams, to leadership roles. If you want to understand why employers are starting to back away from Gen Z, yeah, We dug into that in another video. Watch it after this one. Check the link in the description. Final
I actually
thought,
might watch
if
that.
your whole
Yeah.
dating life fits in a you up text and a couple fire emojis, you're not looking for love. You're just trying not to feel alone tonight. And bonus round, step 4.
Wow, that's what
The
you're looking
quietest,
for.
deadliest mistake of them all. You've ignored skills, dodged discomfort, ruined your relationships, and now you top it all off by pretending your brain is totally fine while everything inside you is quietly falling apart. For a lot of young men, mental health is the final taboo. You can talk about crypto losses, your gym PRs, even embarrassing Tinder stories, but say, I'm not okay. Silence. Who needs therapy when you have caffeine, sarcasm, and a long list of things you refuse to talk about? But here's the deal. Ignoring mental health doesn't make you strong, it just makes you quiet. And eventually, it makes you numb. Real masculinity isn't about bottling things up, it's about having the guts to face what's going on inside before it explodes.
Facts.
Bottom line?
And when people fail, this is how pain works. Pain works this way. You feel pain for a reason. You feel pain so you can stop whatever is causing the pain in that area so that you don't be injured no further than whatever you got. So let it be a little pinch. Okay, ouch, that hurt. But if I was to keep on pinching and get harder and harder and harder, I would fuck up a muscle, if that makes sense. Or I fuck up my skin. Is that making sense to y'all? I hope it did. I don't
You can
know.
either
I
talk
hope
to
it did,
someone
bro.
now or scream into a pillow in your 30s and call it coping. Your move.
And that happens because you let all that negative energy bottle up, and everybody has a tipping point, and somebody just randomly happened to hit your tipping point. That's why it's good to seek help. Let it be within your relationship, your family, a therapist. It's always good to seek help. Men's mental health is very important.
So now, you know the formula, it's simple. Chase status, avoid effort, build chaotic relationships, and never ever admit you're struggling. Follow those 4 steps and you won't just ruin your 20s, you'll sleepwalk through them, only to wake up at 30 wondering where your life went.
But see, that don't mean walk around looking like no weak ass nigga though. What are you talking about? That don't mean walk around looking
Here's the twist.
like a
You're not stuck, your 20s
hopeless
aren't
one,
over,
you know what
and
I'm
the story you're in, you're still the one writing it. Start building skills, lean into discomfort, open up in your relationships, and stop acting like your mental health is optional. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to be awake. So, which step hit you hardest?
Hey, I'm gonna end it off there, but I agree with him 100% on all 3 of the facts that he used, all 3 of the points. Now it's up to y'all to reflect and act upon it. If y'all in the same position that I am in, because this hit me right in the soul, right here, right in the heart, you feel me? But nah, I'm gonna catch you niggas in the next one. Yes, sir.